Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshua, Bashem Rakakodah, Shalom to the 144,000, the rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to make this quick, and I'm going to entitle this video, More People Should Have Checked This Particular Video. So this is a video, sort of a response to a video that I did last night, Wheat and Tears Correction, GMS South Carolina 08, which is the elder Manatas Akbar, and he did a correction video. See, it says correction about the wheat and the tares, and he did break it down right. He said the wheat, if you have a Israelite mother and an Edomite father, that's a tear, but looks just like an Edomite. And he mentioned Lenny Kravitz and the Tamia. What's that? Them two girls, the twins. Now Kravitz could be a Jake because his father's a small hat, but he could, because you got a certain a percentage of Jakes mixed among them small hats too. So you're gonna have people that look. So you really can't say, oh, your father's an Edomite, he's a white man, you a cracker. No, because he could be an Israelite. Could be an Israelite. So you got to try the spirit. 1 John 4, you got to try the spirit. If the guy comes in and the spirit is with him, he looks just like an Edomite, he may very well be a Jake. And then so he broke it down right. But then he said, then he kind of flipped it a little bit and said, wait a minute, he flipped it. If you are a Jake, an actual Jake, that's not ultimately not one of the elect, or the tear. So I said, nah, you're going off on that. But more people should have woke up checked them on this, or even question it. Don't be like the IUIC, which are indoctrinators. Let's look up the word indoctrination, right? Noun, the process of teaching a person or group to accept a set belief uncritically. Uncritically. This is how it goes. Don't ask us no questions. Okay? So I should now, y'all be watching his videos. Y'all be watching his videos. Get them notifications, watch the videos. So somebody should have caught it before I caught it. You know, you don't just watch the video. If you hear, if the scriptures speak up in 1 Corinthians 14, if the trumpet plays an off sound, so to speak, then you're supposed to say, nah, we got to fix that. So that was an off sound. He playing the trumpet and it was off. And I rewinded back. I said, maybe I'm hearing it wrong. I rewinded back a couple of times. Remember, we're the sentinels. So I mentioned it in the video that I did last night. And then this is what I did, right? Now, the Apostle Paul, did he know that Herod Agrippa was, let me go to that. Let me go to Agrippa. Agrippa, I believe it's spelled this way. Okay. I'm sorry, let me do it this way. Agrippa, let's try it this way. Let me do it this way. Sorry. Let's see if it comes up this way. Harad. It should be Harad, right? Harad. Let's put in Harad. I think I spelled it wrong. Okay, that's not how you spell it. I'll come back. I'm a lousy speller. Thank the Most High for spell check. Okay, let me try it this way. Or I might just go to it. That's Acts 26. Matter of fact, let me do it this way. Positive it's Acts 26, if I'm not mistaken. Agrippa. All right? Paul's defense before Agrippa, which was Herod, which was a Herod, a Herodian. Does it mention Herod? Anyway, let's do this. And Agrippa said to Paul, thou art permitted to speak for thyself. So let's look up Agrippa. And we used the blue letter. We didn't just say, oh, dude, I don't know. Agrippa was a key figure. Herod the Great was a key figure. And you're going to speak about Herod the Great? Key figure in the scriptures. The Roman Empire is a major thing in the Bible. So you got to know some Greek, Hebrew, Roman history. Okay? Hero-like. Name of the ruling family in Israel, Christ, for discussion of Herods. Okay, Herod, Bernice. Bernice was one of his sisters, I believe. Hadn't gone through this in a while. But so we're reading out of 26. Let me do this. Give me a second here. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuadest me to be a Christian. Now, Paul says, and Paul said, I would to Most High that not only thou, but also all that hear me this day were both almost and altogether such as I am, except these bonds. And when he had thus spoken, the king rose up, and the governor of Bernice, and they that sat with them. And when they were gone aside, they talked between themselves, saying, this man doeth nothing worthy of death or of bond. So even the Edomite has some form of mercy. He didn't do nothing wrong. He spoke, made his case, and it makes all the sense in the world. Paul was being very diplomatic and spoke with tact. Then said, remember, Paul got people by guile. He said that, right? It says, then Agrippa unto Festus, this man might have been set at liberty if he had not appeared unto Caesar. Because Paul ultimately wanted to go to Caesar himself. So now vocab brings this out. There's a controversy with this thing. Well, wait a minute. Edomites could be saved. Remember Agrippa? Well, what did Agrippa say? He said, you almost made me a Christian, which he couldn't be a Christian. That's why he said he almost. Now, did Paul know that these were Edomites that looked like Jakes? Because remember, the Herodian dynasty meaning powerful family, looked like Israelites. Because it was Antipater that got with the queen of, one of the queens of the Nebateans. I always started with a Kryptos, whatever the fuck. Hey, you know, certain brothers know it. I got to keep hearing it to remember her name. But she was a Nabatean, which was Arab, a dark Arab. So her children, his principal son, Herod the Great, came out looking like an Israelite. Herod got with an Israelite woman, come out of the line of the Maccabees, So they had to be dark. So remember, Herod the Great looked like an Israelite, caramel colored, whatever. But his children came out looking more darker than him. So they looked like Israelites. And plus on top of that, they were calling themselves keeping the laws. But they really wasn't keeping the laws. What is that? Isaiah 26:10. So now could the Apostle Paul look at him as being, oh, he's a Jake? Because you had certain Jakes that were in high offices in the Roman Empire. Eventually, we took all the whole kingdom. That's why Esau keeps records on us. We took the whole kingdom. So could have Paul mistaken him as being an Israelite that's in a high position? The scriptures doesn't tell you that. But he did say, you almost persuaded me to be you said something that you talking good. I said, I don't see nothing wrong with this guy. Or was Paul playing him? Remember, Paul said, I got you by guile. So the Herodian dynasty would be considered, tares. So let me come over here now. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, I got to go someplace else. Where did I put this? Give me a second here. Let me do it this way. Maybe it's further back. Let me keep going back. Okay, I believe I did this. Okay, let me go to images. This is not what I want. Okay, let me do it this way. How did I phrase this? Okay, let me put in wheat. WHEAT. EAT. And tares. 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 Okay, I think we're going somewhere now with this. Okay, I put this picture up, if I'm not mistaken. And I asked the question, what does this mean? I didn't show this part here. Look at the wheat and look at the tares. They look the same. Tares look just like wheat. Tares look just like wheat. Wheat before it is fully ripe. Wait until the wheat and tares grow up together, and then you can separate them. When they fully grown, that's what wheat looks like. And that's what tares, you can clearly see the difference. So these would represent Edomites. So you got tares. Let me bring this back up. Bring this back up. Wheat and the tares look exactly the same. So the elder mentioned Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz could be a Jake. He's got talent. He's musical. He's, you know, sung that song American Women, and he sung that song Let's Get Away. They still play that song in commercials. So his father could have been a Jake. Amy Winehouse sounds just like that. She got that flavor, that sugar. You know, the Cuban fighters. When you look at documentaries on Cuban boxers, you got these coaches, and they say they teach them everything. But he said one ingredient that they have to have is the in Spanish is azúcar, which is sugar. You know, what's the singer, the chick from Cuba? I thought she was Dominican. Celia Cruz, a great singer, and she used to always use that term azúcar, which is sugar, and sugar is sweetness. Hey, Tyson was fighting. There's this guy, not Tony Tucker, Tony Tubbs in Japan, and Tony Tubbs was shooting them shots, and his corner said, "Come on, sweetness." And I remember that. Then he got knocked out, but he had that. He was making Tyson miss, but Tyson got down and hit him with a left hook to the right side of his temple and knocked him down. But his coach said, "Come on, sweetness." That means there's a certain, you know, flavor that you got, right? So these people look, this right here, this tear look just like this. But you can tell by a woman, you can tell an Israelite by their sweetness, by their flavor, how they dance. They got a big thing now, a video montage of Donald Trump dancing at that same old one robotic dance, which right off the bat, that's an Edomite. He's a straight up Edomite. He got no flavor to him at all. He's a straight up Edomite. And there's certain, like I said, there's certain Jakes out there that are really Edomites. There's certain Jakes out there that look just like Edomites. So you can't, well, you a cracker. You can't, even IUIC does that. You a white man. You can't, you know. So you can't say that. Even Vocab, I told Vocab said, what if I'm an Israelite? I said, you might be an Israelite. You might be. You might just be an Israelite going off. And I know one thing, if you're in the kingdom and you find out you're an Israelite, you're gonna bow down to me. Like you did when you gave me that book. So you have to wait. This is what the sifters is all about. We don't separate people. It's the angels that's going to separate them. Amos chapter 9. They're going to sift the elect with the non-elect, and they're going to also sift the tares. Okay, the wheat and the tares are ripening. That's a tare. That's a wheat. That's a tare and a wheat. Look the same. Look the same. I'm sorry. This is a tare and a wheat fully grown. And it says, white unto harvest. Let me do this. White unto harvest. White unto harvest. Okay, so when the wheat is fully grown, you see the whiteness, the brightness in it. I'm gonna go to that in Luke. The field is white unto harvest. At this particular point, your harvesting is when it's ready to be picked. So now you can separate the wheat from the tares. Now you can separate the wheat from the tares. So let me go to Luke, and then I'm going to close it. Luke. What does it say in Ephesians 4, 11 verse on down to about the 14th verse? The apostles, the prophets, the teachers, the evangelists were set up to what? The apostles to perfect the perfection of the saints. Okay? And you know, IUIC gets mad because we're always getting on them, but they be going off. They're going off. Other camps be going off, but not like them. They're just as bad as Comfy. Okay, what did I say? I was going to go to Luke. I believe it's Luke. Luke 10. It's in another place too. I believe it's in Matthew, but it's in Luke 10, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it should say white unto harvest. Give me a second. Let me do this here. All right. Okay, let me do it this way. Let me see. Where's harvest? I'm going to put in white and harvest. And harvest. See what comes up. There we go. John 4 and 37. Says almost the same thing in Luke 10. Say not ye, there are 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the field, for they are white, ready to harvest. So when they're white, ready to harvest, you know where that's a tear right there, or weed, and that's the wheat. You can't do it when they're young, when they're not fully ripened or fully grown. Going back to Amos. So now let's go to Matthew 13 and 38. See, if I didn't say nothing, maybe nobody else would have said anything. You got to look, brother, you went off. The field is the world, right? The good seed are the children of the kingdom. If your mother's not one of the elect, your brother, your twin brother's not one of the elect, guess what? He's still a child of the kingdom. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. Who's the wicked one? Esau. His power comes from what? The spiritual demon Satan. Who is his children? The children of Satan. The enemy that soweth them is the devil, the spiritual demon Satan. The harvest is the what? The end of the world. We're coming to the end of the world. What do you do at the harvest? What are the angels going to do? They're going to separate the wheat from the tares. And the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, what's that? The nuclear fire. So shall it be in the end of this world. And that fire is what? From the missiles. Now, are Israelites 2/3 going to be burnt up? Yes, but they're not tares. They're Israelites. They're just not sons of the Most High. They're not of the elect. But they're going to come back to us. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend. Who offends? These Edomites that look like us. In a wider sense, Jake is going to be caught up in this too, but they're not tares. Tares are Edomites or other nations that look like Israelites, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. Malachi 4:1. The day shall come that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, all that do wickedly shall be burnt up, and not so many words. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth, because the missiles are going to come down on the people. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun. What does it mean by the righteous shining off at the sun? All of them are going to shine forth. The ones that didn't make it, they're going to come back as our sons and daughters, and they're going to shine forth. But it's going to start with the elect in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. So anyway, with that, on to the next. Shalom. Hey, the scriptures say a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Brother might have gone off, but in sincerity. So you got to get on him any damn way. And see, that doesn't happen at the IUIC and other certain schools, but mainly the IUIC. And it damn sure didn't happen at the ICGJC. That school is done. That motherfucker's done. Anybody that's there are half dead zombies. Shalom.